Hi everyone, so next we're going to take a look at the observer pattern. So what is the observer pattern? So the observer pattern involves having an object and then a series of other objects that are very interested in that first object, knowing when that object's status has changed. So the observable is the object that's being watched by the other ones, and the observers are all the objects that are watching the observable. So the observable has, say, an enumeration and with, say, different states. So the observers want to know when that state changes. So the observable will push out to all of these observers when a state's changed. It will let them know. So it moves from one state to the other. It will say, all right, I'm going to go through the list and tell everybody I've changed. Let them do whatever they need to do. So why would we use this? So we use this so that we can avoid having those observers checking continuously for the observable when nothing's changed. So they don't have to keep checking all the time. They can wait till the observable says something has changed and now do something. Now you can act. So we can waste a lot of unnecessary tasks, or a lot of time gets wasted. So it's a lot more efficient. So how do we implement it? So we have the observable and the observer. So the observable has a list of these observers, everything that's watching it. It has a list of them and it needs to know who they are. So it has to have two methods that are public to register, which is add a new observer to that list, and unregister, so remove an observer from that list. So we can have all the observers we need. And then we have notify, which is private. So when the observable changes, state does whatever happens, notify will go through the list of observers and say, I've changed, please update. So observer needs to have one method or something that can happen when it's being notified. So let's take a quick look at putting that into operation. Alrighty, so we're going to need a couple of different classes in this empty program. We're going to need an observable and an observer. So we do the observer first. Call this observer. So we will give it an output of a string, so it can tell us when it's doing its action. So string underscore output. Output constructor. There we go. So we can create them with a string that will allow. And then it just has to have that one method of update. And it can do whatever. It can do anything you want. This is just a demonstration. So we can easily see that it's taking action. Let's go off output. So we'll create an observer with a string, and then when we tell it to update, it just prints that string. So it does. Really fancy. Nice and simple. Now, we're also going to need an observable class. Observable. can make a class public so we can use it. And then, so it has a list of observers. And call it observers. To be able to instantiate, so and so create it, gets that new list. Alrighty, so now we need the 3 other methods. We need the register, so we can add some given observer. And just to avoid confusion. So then the list will add it to it. So whatever observer we give to the register, register will add it to the list. So also have to have it unregistered, obviously. Just so just remove it from the list as well. There we go. Nice and simple. And the last one, we have to have notify. So when something happens, we need it to notify. So it goes through each of the observers and in the list, and it says do notify. Oops, sorry. Yes. It's missing a cap. Alright. So that's how they get put together. So what else does it need? So it needs something to make it change state. So how can we do this? So if this was, say, an egg, right? So I'll make a class, new class, call it egg. So an egg is an observable. It can be watched. People can watch it. and we'll use an enumeration. So it can have a few different states that this egg could be in. This egg could be incubating, or it could be hatched. And we'll give it a so this egg has a hatch state, right? So it's either incubating or hatched. It still has all the properties and methods of the observable class. So it can still have a list, can still notify, all those things. Now, you need to make this have a hatch state. Then we create a new one, hatch state, and we'll make that hatch state equal to right? So hasn't hatched yet. Make a new egg, hasn't hatched yet. Perfect. Right, now if it does hatch, so we have a method called hatch. So if we tell it to hatch, we want it to then notify. So the state will change. Oops. So we change the state to hatched, and then we tell the egg to notify. Right, and if you remember, because the egg is observable, notify goes to the list and tells everybody to update. So let's have a crack at putting this into an actual program. So we have a program. We create an egg. Please new egg. Alright, and then we'll have some people watching it. So underscore a person equals new observer, and now observer has a string that outputs when it's being told to update. So say yay, first person's nice. So now we do the same. Create person B. Now that person extra happy. And let's create a third person who's not so happy. Cool. So this egg is an observable. We need to make these observers on the list of watchers, otherwise I'm not going to get notified. So I just person a person, and we need to register B person, and we need to register C person. And we need to have the egg hatch. The egg will hatch, and that's it. So hopefully it will hatch, it'll change state, and then the classes will say, sorry, the egg will say go through its list of everybody switching it and say have changed, notify them, and they will update. And when they update, they spit out these strings. So to make that a little easier, we'll put in a couple of read lines, so it doesn't all happen immediately. Let's give it a graphic. Alright, so we've gotten up to this point where there's a read line. So if I hit enter, the eggs will hatch, and they'll get notified and say, woohoo, yay, excellent. Cool. And that's the end of the program. So now, if I don't register, they don't get notified, nothing happens. That's exactly what we want. Or I could register someone, and then say, let's go and do it, and register, say, person 1, a person. There we go. It's as simple as that. So thanks for watching.